Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Free Beat, where I post new music-related content every single day. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Let's get started. All right, today we are back at the OPZ for a new drum tutorial slash sequencing tip thing. How to sequence? I don't know. I need to officially name this probably. Probably not, actually. Who cares? But anyway, today we're going to be talking about how to add a little bit of drive to your patterns without really distracting the listener from what you want the main focal point of the track to be, or the song to be. So yeah, let's just dive right in. Tempo's at 120 just because I'm too lazy to change it, so let's find a kick drum. That one. Let's put it on 1. Let's talk about the grid really quick on the OPZ. So right here on a pocket operator, we had 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... OPZ is the same thing. They're just right next to each other instead of down. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... So bass drum right on 1, then right on 3, and the and of 3, it'll sound like this. Nice and basic. Let's switch to the snare track. Let's put a couple snare drums in here. That works. Let's go right on 2 and right on 4. Now we're grooving. Let's get that metronome out of the way. And we'll stop it. We're going to move to the hi-hat track. So now we need to find an open hi-hat sound that also has a ride cymbal or kind of a more sustained cymbal sound in the same bank. So there's an open hi-hat. There's more of a sustained cymbal, but neither of those kind of ring out the way we need them to. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. None of those are hi-hat sounds or cymbal sounds. So let's try bank 2 here. Ooh, bunch of good open sounds. And some ride cymbal sounds. And some percussion. Cool. Let's work with these two. So let's use that for our open sound. We're just going to put it on 1, on 2, on 3, and on 4. And let's headbang a bit. Here we go. Cool. Nice and basic. So now what we want to do is fill in these gaps here. I'm not flipping you guys off, I promise. These gaps here, the ands of each count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And how we're going to do that is with a sustained cymbal sound. So I like that one, just because it runs off pretty well. Yeah, that's a good one. So let's go ahead and put that right here. But before we copy it to the rest of the offbeats, we're going to go to page 4 of our parameters. We're going to hold it down, the step we inputted. We're going to use the last knob to bring the volume way down. Then we're going to put it on the and of 2, the and of 3, and the and of 4. We're going to have a listen. Sounds pretty good already. You can tell that it's there, but you're not really paying attention to that heavy cymbal getting hit on the down or the offbeats right there. It's more just kind of a continuation of the hi-hat sound. I'd almost be interested in using this hi-hat sound instead, so we're going to delete 1, 2, 3, 4, and this could sound pretty cool on its own actually too. Nothing to write home about, but a good variation, somewhere in your song if you're using, a different melody or something, you want to change it up. So let's use this sound here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I like that quite a bit, actually. So now what we're going to do is hold on the first one. We're going to turn up the volume. And then we're going to copy it by holding it down. When we hear it, that means it's copied. Then we're going to get rid of the one on beat 2. And then all we have to do to paste this is re-put it there. We're going to do the same thing on beat 3 and on beat 4. Now let's listen. That's pretty cool. It provides a nice kind of wash effect. And we can take that one step further. So we're going to go and focus on our offbeats again. We're going to go to page 2 of the parameters, the green knobs. And we're going to highlight our first ride cymbal, or select it by holding it. And as we're holding it down, we're going to use the first knob in the green parameters to get rid of the attack. We're just going to go barely enough to the point, there we go, where it sounds nice and kind of soft. And then we're going to replace the and of 2, the and of 3, and the and of 4. And that got rid of that ping sound that you'd hear on the offbeats. And that's basically it, but I do have some tips for you guys. So let's bring the tempo down and listen. It obviously doesn't work at slower tempos. It's a cool sound, but it creates a completely different vibe than what we were going for, and it doesn't create the same experience for the listener that we were after. So while that's cool, it's not really what we want. However, at that tempo, you can add some more stuff in, like put this bell on the of 4, or of 1, the of 2, the of 3, and the and of 4. And all of a sudden, you've got a real interesting effect. Let's take those off. Let's bump the tempo way up. The faster it gets, the better it works. Listen to that nice wash. That's so good. We could go to the bass drum track at this tempo and mess up the pattern. There we go. And the thing that I would recommend kind of changing is the pitches of the hi-hat themselves, or just the parameters in general, if you're going to do this for a long time, because as I'm sure you just heard there, the hi-hat can get really, really tiresome on the ears, just over and over, just psh, 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 psh. So when you're on the hi-hat track, just remember that those big open hi-hats are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your offbeats, once you get those tweaked in with the ride cymbal, you pretty much want to leave them alone because they're already creating that really nice wash effect. So I didn't actually practice this part before filming the video, so we're just going to wing it and see what happens. Let's hold down on this first step. Even right there, just changing the first one adds a lot of character. We could do something like this. Reverse the last one. That's pretty cool. And you can hear that ride cymbal once again, it's just washing us along. And it really opens up some freedom on the other tracks. You can have all sorts of fun. You could even go into the effects track here. And I think I've got some delay on effects N1. Something very subtle like that. There we go. Oh no. Oh no, I messed them all up. If that happens though, you can, so on this one I accidentally copied it, you can just copy your washy ride cymbal and put it back there. Here we go. Now the delay in there, it's really subtle, but it gives it even more momentum. And that's really what this pattern is all about, is just creating momentum. See if there's any good percussion samples. Those are not percussion samples. I need to get some good percussion on here, actually. But yeah, you can just kind of jam on that, and that's a great starting point, especially in the beginning of a song or like a pre-chorus or anything where you want to build momentum up to something. That's a great way to do it. If you really wanted to get in depth and program, you could make that maybe like 8 measures long or 4 measures, just longer, and have the volume just kind of gradually ramp up across all of the samples. That would take a lot of programming, and I would recommend I'd recommend using the screen on the phone for getting that right. But yeah, very cool pattern and a good technique you can use on basically anything with dynamics and multiple sample playback enabled polyphony. That's what I'm trying to say. Man, this is the second time I tried to film this video, so bear with me. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, go ahead and hit that like button. If not, you can hit the dislike button. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Guys, we have surpassed 900 subscribers. We are on the way to 1,000. I'm very, very thankful to each and every one of you who have been watching the videos and sharing it with your friends. So thanks for being here. Before we get to 1,000, I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you guys after we do get to 1,000 and keep pushing forward. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.